energy healing coming at you from her healing space. She is blonde. She's trying out blonde. It's looking pretty cute. Yeah, changing it up. Different angle. And on camera. Hello. So this is kind of two parts. I actually sort of tuned in for this earlier and then had a break and then kind of came back to it because life happens. Life happens. But anyway, when I was tuning into this reading, first of all I saw like kind of like a garden, like a healing garden, like with healing, you know, like koshi chimes, and this had waterfalls and sort of like a Japanese garden, I guess. I was definitely hearing koshi chimes and the waterfalls. So, and something about a direct guide to healing. So I don't know if that's about nature. You know, definitely about plans for getting planting started. Maybe just because of the time of year where I'm at, spring is sprung. I mean, it's not actually spring, but we're getting close where I'm at in the northern hemisphere. So something about that, something about forgiveness and forgetfulness. So it's strange how it's like, and it's something about to the self. So maybe something about self-love, self-care, self-first. And then there was just this lemon glow, sort of like a lemony glow that sort of came in. So sunshine or like solar energy. So maybe masculine energy, some action, but not force. Like a healed masculine. So allowing and, you know, sort of going with the flow instead of like forcing or overpowering. Something about opposing forces as well, like the balance between, so internal balance and external harmony came up. Delight, following your delight, or the light, delight, the light. Kyanite, blue kyanite, was a crystal that came through. Something about kyanite, blue kyanite, I use it a lot, and for energy work, and it's yeah, it's got that blue color, so kind of like Archangel Michael, sort of electric blue fire. So masculine energy a bit, but like same kind of thing, like holding space for action and change. It doesn't have to be, blue kyanite doesn't have to be cleansed either. It's sort of like selenite that way. So it really does, it's quite a magical stone. So that might be relevant for somebody. There's something about asking Archangel Michael for support and help with forgiveness, or for clearing and cutting cords, because that's his jam. So the cutting cords and clearing, I'll say blue kyanite is good for that. And, you know, cutting those cords to what's no longer serving you. So partnerships, patterns, people, habits, ways of thinking about yourself and others. So then at that point, I got the cards, and I pulled something from the Angel Oracle. And the first card fell out. It was Opportunity and Change. And then the second card was Trust the Universe. So this is the Angel. So what I like about these two cards is that they are the similar colors. Like they just sort of blend right in to each other. You can see like the colors of that. Yeah. So that angel there, I like how she's kind of got the birds. Like birds are really, like just those rainbow colors and that purple, you know, that sort of third eye, and then the trusting the universe. So opportunity and change. And, you know, as that's happening, learn to trust the universe or go with the flow, which is kind of what I tuned into when I had that couple of the little downloads there. I'm going to read the cards for these, but what's standing out to me in this is how she's holding her hand out, and then she has the bird in the other hand. And those birds flying above her head. It's like she was given the message Like there's a sign, that's a sign, like birds are signs, symbols, you know, from, could be from your spirit team, could be from your crossed over loved ones, it could be whoever's your healing teams in spirit or whatever, however that resonates. And she's kind of seen the message, but she actually has it right in her hand. So it's like you already have the answers you need, you know, but it's like just being aware of it and accepting it and being open to it. I think that's what it is. And with these rainbow colors too, it's just like sort of a balanced, it just, this swirling energy of trust the universe. It's just like if you can picture her in that, that's kind of what it's like to me. But I am going to read, I'll read out those. And then the next card was the gateway, open doors, opportunities again. So there's opportunities and change, but opportunities and open doors and right timing. And I had this in my reading, and it was really funny. I actually pulled another card for a clarifier, and it was the adjacent possibility card from, or the, maybe I'll put it in here, by the energy oracle, and it actually just shows a bunch of pictures of open doors. So it's kind of interesting. And right timing, and that's where you trust the universe again. And you know, it's divine timing basically. And then we had, it was, what do we have after that? Yeah, it's alignment. So this was another one from there, from the Ancient Stones by Rebecca Campbell, that this deck. So you can see there's sacred geometry there, and the Stonehenge looking kind of, you know, grounded, energetic, like full of light. I just did a meditation the other day, and that's what it was basically going to all the places it's traveling to all the places in the world that hold a large amount of light. And so places like this, sacred spaces like Stonehenge, but also like, you know, your neighborhood labyrinth just down the road, like where there's a lot of light being held, and it's going around and it's being spread around the world. Like these are all sort of areas, energetic force areas in the world that are like, I see it as a kind of like a grid, and they're all connected. And yeah, so basically this meditation I did was like, take your energy, like go to those places where there's a lot of light and share your light and receive the light, and then go to other places in the world where there's less light and take some of that light to it. So it's kind of this really beautiful thing. So this is what this alignment is speaking of too. It's aligning yourself with the things that, you know, these gateways, these opportunities. Trust the universe. That's when you're in alignment, when you're just going with the flow. You're not forcing, you're just going with the flow. And that's where clarity, because that's the same thing as alignment basically. It's tuning in, and what I was talking about with that internal harmony, internal balance, external harmony. So that's what that is. And also the sacred geometry there. So it's a beautiful card. And this as well, if you show it, it's like this light, these two pillars of light here, and this gateway. It's like similar kind of, you know, like picture that's where you're headed. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I decided, it was kind of strange, but I was going through, I was going to look at the Doreen Virtue. I've got this book for numbers. Like I was just going to go through it and kind of like, you know, go like that and then go pick a number. And what I did is I was looking to see when the book was made, like when it was printed, because this is a Doreen Virtue, and it's from a while ago. It used to be my mother's, which I love, and it actually has, this is her bookmark that she had in the book. So this is my mom's, that's where she had it on there. So there's, you know, 555, huge changes are rumbling throughout your entire life. To keep these changes on the highest possible course, be sure to keep your thoughts positive and stay centered in prayer and affirmations. So that was kind of interesting. But when I was going through here, I was flipping through, and and I looked, and it was like, wait a minute, magical messages from the fairy oracle cards. So then I was like, I have that deck. It's my mom's deck as well. So I found it, and I pulled a couple cards for this reading, and this says, This was the first one. This one is the first one that, oh, this popped out when I was shuffling. This popped out when I was shuffling. So your love life. Love life. So it says, the basis of your question involved your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So if you did have a question about your love life, which it feels like to be sort of like not the main part of this reading, but for somebody it could resonate, that these opportunities for change, if you trust the universe, there's the gateway to your whatever questions you around your love life, or like your relationships, your romantic relationships, they're changing. There is an opportunity for them to change for the better. And that's where you're getting into alignment. That's what it is, getting into alignment, getting that internal harmony and that external, it's internal balance, external harmony, what I was saying earlier about that. And the other one was connect with nature. Of course, this is how you do that as well. It's like, you know, it's grounding into the earth, the birds, these birds, animal spirits, you know, the messages from spirit, the feather that you find, you know, stuff like that, those signs and symbols. But also too, to just like get your, it says to be it says connect with nature. You're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. Unfortunately, where we are right now, we can do that because the weather has kind of turned around. It was a little bit cold this morning, and they are calling for snow, but out here on the West Coast, we haven't had much for winter. So, you know, it's whatever. It's like, it won't last. That's one thing. It always rains, turns mushy, doesn't stick around. But you're rejuvenated, inspired by spending time outdoors. So that was kind of interesting. And then, so because this was a two-parter, so when I sat down to get this started and to record and stuff like that, the song that came into my head was it's Linger by the Cranberries. And the parts that were sticking out is that you have me wrapped around your finger. Like, I know that I'm not going to sing it, but I was wrong. And something about being confused, and I wouldn't be so confused. And it was like, because I'm just being used. It was just a dream to me. Something like, I know that's, but it would be worth it to have a look at the lyrics. I didn't have a look, but that's sort of what came out as I was tuning in. So then I was like, I also have my little ding ding, and I had another one. I pulled that out. This is a little satchel that I made at a workshop. So it's got a lot of really kind of magical stuff in there. It's like a little thing of a little reminder, but it also has the little evil eye on there. So that's protection. So another thing about protection, I think is important, that you know, these spaces are protected prior to going into these readings. Like I said, I'm always just completely surrounded in bright white light, and my intention for these transmissions and downloads is for there to be a frequency of very high vibe, love, light, compassion, caring, kindness, and also world peace. So that's kind of what I've got going on. And so this kind of stuff, for some reason, it's coming up. I think it's like, you need to protect yourself. Like, not everybody's got your best interest at heart. Maybe there's some people, you know, haters gonna hate. And yeah, interesting. Also too, when I was tapping in, so that's funny that about that Cranberry songs, like just coming, like the truth is coming to light. Like, I don't know about you, but for me, I've been really seeing things for what they really are. And then I'm actually, the biggest part is like seeing myself in it and how I've played a role in it, which is not fun, you know, tough times when you have to go like this, you know, when you're part of the problem. But yeah, so that was an interesting thing. So I think that's a kind of interesting little song that came up for there, and I am going to look at the lyrics on that. But I do want to read, because I said I was going to read this Opportunity and Change. I think this is the Kyle Gray, the angel guy. He's pretty cool. Okay, Opportunity and Change. So it says, the message. It says, as one door closes, another one opens. This is a time for change. Your angels are drawing close to support you in making the changes that you need to make to attract opportunities and abundance. You may have experienced resistance recently. Anybody feeling resistance? Hell yeah. Or felt stuck. But the new beginning you are seeking is unfolding now. If you are hesitating over a decision or wondering what to do about a particular project, your angels are encouraging you to go with the new. Change might bring a sense of vulnerability or present present you with the unknown, but it will allow you to make deeper connection to your feelings and gifts and what's important to you. Your guardian angel is waiting to guide you through the doorway, okay, the gateway of opportunity that is being offered to you right now. So that's pretty cool. So it says here in the extended message, you are in a time of change and opportunity, whether this involves a new role, career, opportunity, relationship, child, or project. Know that it is blessed by God and angels. This is an exciting time, and if you have apprehensions, know that this card is reassuring you that you are being supported by the divine. If you ask your angels to lead you this way, you will be guided by signs, intuition, and instinct. Move forward fearlessly, as this is a blessed time for you. So that's the same kind of thing that we were talking about, this gateway, right? The doorway. Like an opportunity is being offered to you now. Yeah, and as one door opens and one door closes, another one opens. Yeah, and then also these signs. This is what I was talking about, the birds in there and having that bird. She already knows what to do. It's just reinforcing. So it's like, it's confirmation. It could be confirmation for somebody. And then the other one is trust the universe. Well, of course, you know, when you're going through it, when you're going through the shit, you know, when stuff is coming up and things are opening up and you're seeing the truth and things, like the vibe in the world is like all this truth of like that was right under everyone's noses and people were just deciding not to look. I feel that so deeply in my own experience as well, like just being sort of taught almost to not look at the red flags, or if you do look at the red flags and have a feeling about it, you can speak up. You know what I mean? You can say something about it. You'd be like, I have a feeling. And you know, if that wasn't nurtured in your family of origin, it's going to be hard for you to kind of do that. So then you just kind of like go along to get along again, that same thing. But anyway, back to this, the message about trusting the universe. Although your faith may be challenged right now, trust the universe. There is a reason for some of the experiences you've been going through recently. There are no coincidences in life, and everything is unfolding perfectly according to the divine plan. Positive opportunities are coming your way. They are coming. R is actually in italics. Trust in the process and the path that you're being led down. You will know it is the right path when you experience the synchronicities and other signs and wonders. These are messages reminding you to trust the universe. There is no such thing as chance. All is well. All is guided. If you lose an opportunity or feel you have been shut down, know that this is the work of God and the angels, and it is right for you. If you are wondering where you go from here, know that when you ask the universe for a sign, it will show up the moment you are on the right path. You are being guided by your angels to stop questioning every single thing that is occurring to you in your life at this time, and let in the miraculous support you deserve. Trust that you are deserving of good experiences because you are, and the universe will deliver them to you. So trust the universe. That's interesting too about miraculous. In my reading, I think that's what I put. Yeah, miraculous. So that's what I said with mine too. And I also got something about ease and grace. I actually pulled the ease and grace card. And yeah, that is it's interesting. It's back to that softening and not forcing, divine timing and right timing, which is what this says, right timing. So that was in my reading too, what I got. But I have right at the end, miraculous. Miraculous. So let the miraculous energy unfold, the energy of miracles, right? Trust that everything is happening. We do know that everything is happening for your highest good and the highest good of all, you know, and that's everything. That's everything. Yeah, trust that you're deserving. Trust and let in the miraculous support you deserve. Miraculous. Yeah, so that's that faith. That's that faith. That's that trust. And if this resonated with this love life card, I felt like this kind of popped out, like it just fell out. So this is more kind of like, maybe for a few of you, this might be about a love relationship or a relationship that you have, an intimate relationship, and there is an opportunity for it to change for the better. So I will just look at that. What are we at? 21 minutes. Oh my God. Hang on a second. Love life. Let's just see. These things, they get, you know, you get going and you just, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, here we go. So the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. You've drawn this card because your love life is somehow involved in the question that you've asked, and the fairies can help you understand this connection if it's not immediately apparent to you. So this could come up, maybe, I don't know, change an opportunity, maybe is an opportunity to meet somebody new, who knows. It says this card signifies that a change is for the better. It is in the works for your love life. It could mean that love your life as a way to bring healing energy to the situation. So that's the same kind of thing, like love your life no matter what. Like that's that happening for your highest good and the highest good of all, no matter what. A new love proves to be an important person in your life. You're ready to meet your soulmate. A breakup is imminent or has just occurred. You'd like to get married. Communicate with your partner about a topic that's bothering you right now and ask the fairies to help you connect with your soulmate if those are the things that you would like. So that could be just for a few. But this one, connect with nature, that one's easy. That one's just like, get outside, get some sun in your face. And actually, you could put your feet on the grass. It's pretty cold, but still, it's good to ground. So there it is. So that's all I have for you. And I hope that helped. And if you're liking this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, you can check out, there's links in the description. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I have to say. I'm trying to think about it. Was there anything else? Oh, just I hope this finds you well. And yeah, if it resonates, comment if you want. Shoot me a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, what have you. And if not, I'm sending you lots of love and light. And we'll catch you on the next one. Okay, ciao for now. Bye. This is how we're staying warm out here. Fire in the chimenea. Stanfields. Got my dad's Mac coat on and my mom's scarf that she knit me. Loving ya. Bye.